What's going on, everybody? Crypto Glenn here, back with another video, and this one is going to be a super important and time sensitive one. So if you're into crypto airdrops, you definitely want to make sure that you are paying attention. Right now we're talking about the People's Alliance. This is probably one of the biggest airdrops. When I say biggest, I mean in terms of the community of organizations that are potentially participating in this airdrop. Here you have a list. You got 1inch, you've got ZK Fair. If you know this channel, we've been talking about ZK rollups. I really believe personally that this is going to be a narrative that is going to kick off in the 2024-2025 bull run. Rats community, anti-layer, alt-layer, second live, just a plethora of organizations that are potentially going to allow you to qualify for this airdrop. And what this means here is simply by minting the project that we're going to talk about today, should any one of these projects decide that they want to do airdrops in the future, there is a very, very strong possibility that you are going to qualify for that airdrop. I mean, look at the number of these. I have personally never seen one airdrop qualify you for so many, or minting one of a project qualify you for so many airdrops. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to walk you through how you need to do this. So first things first, you're going to need to head over to the People's Alliance, and the website here is ally, ALLY.build. And it's going to bring you down here to the actual homepage. Now, while you're here, make sure you take a moment out just to kind of read what they have going on here. Ideally, you want to make sure if this airdrop makes sense for you, that you're kind of reading everything, getting a good idea what the project is, so that you ultimately can make the decision to see if you want to jump into this airdrop or not. Now, if you decide that you do, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and click join now. It's going to bring you over here to this page. In my description, I'm going to have a list of invite codes, because you are in fact going to need invite codes. You can't just jump in this if you don't have one. And if you're interested, I've got about 10 here that should work. And if you guys need more, just let me know and I'll go ahead and post more. So first things first, you're going to be able to log in with a Google account, Twitter, Facebook, email, Discord, and Apple. I would actually suggest that you do these two. Go ahead and link your Twitter if you have one. Once you do that, it's actually going to take you to the next step where you're actually going to have the invite code. Again, you can find that in the description. Discord is probably going to follow next. You're definitely going to need a Discord. You're going to approve all of the necessary options that are going to allow this to sync up and create your account. Now, once all of that is actually completed, you should be able to click the Inscribe now. You see, I've got my profile here over at the top. When you connect your MetaMask, you're also going to need to connect your wallet. So once you've connected your MetaMask, it's going to tell you about how many points you should in fact qualify for. Your points is going to enable you to understand how many gasless mints you have. Gasless means you don't have to spend any Ethereum or any Lina in order to mint this project. I've got about 29 of the Inscribe tokens. I don't have any gasless tokens. This is obviously the one. If you can get it, that's awesome. I'm not really sure how they distribute this. It looks like it appears just kind of out of random, but I think I started with around 40 or so Inscribe tickets. Now, what you want to do here is, first things first, you definitely want to make sure that you have some Ethereum in your MetaMask wallet, because, you know, there's some bridging aspects that go on with this. You're going to need some gas, a little bit of gas. It's really not that bad to make this work. So what I would strongly recommend, the first thing you do is make sure you actually have the Linea testnet on your MetaMask. And when you click the MetaMask icon, you're going to click on the left hand side and just move down to Linea. It should be there natively. If it's not, then you'll need to find a walkthrough that will help you download Linea onto MetaMask. Now, once you actually already have the Linea testnet on your MetaMask, the second thing you're going to need to do is actually bridge over some Ethereum. So this is a little bit of a part that throws a lot of people for a loop, so I want to make sure that I walk you guys through this and just really explain how this is done. If you go to bridge.linea.build, it's going to bring you to this site here. You're going to want to actually click MetaMask Bridge for Users. Then once you click on that, it's going to bring you over to the MetaMask Bridge. We'll just wait for that to load. And this is pretty easy. Obviously, you want to tell it, hey, I want to take Ethereum and I want to move it over to Linea. Right, and then you're going to say, I want to send ETH, receive ETH, the total amount. Now, this amount here, you don't need really a whole lot. I think I bridged over 0.02 ETH. And then it's going to tell you, obviously, if you've got enough gas or enough Ethereum in your wallet for the gas transaction. I had to change it, but then once you figure out obviously how much you want to send over, it's going to say, hey, do you want to confirm the transaction? You confirm the transaction. This is going to start the bridging phase. Now, for me personally, the bridge took about 20 or 25 minutes. It was terrible. I feel like because there's a lot of people trying to do this right now, the website and the network in its entirety is a little, it's going through some latency issues. But once you actually complete the bridge, you're going to see a little notification down here. It'll tell you that the bridge has been complete. You'll be able to click your MetaMask icon, and it will tell you exactly how much Linea you have. Now, once you've completed the bridge, come back over here to the People's Alliance website. And when you get here, down here where it says your mint, this is where you're actually going to click to mint. Now, this is going to throw a lot of people for a loop here, because at first, until you send over Ethereum from the Linea network, it's going to tell you that you don't have enough Ethereum to do so. So yours is probably not going to look like this. And if it says you don't have enough Ethereum or enough gas to complete the transaction, what you want to do is you want to click this smart account here. You want to bring MetaMask down, and you need to make sure that you're actually on the Linea mainnet like I have right here. You're going to click send and then just input the address, and then you go ahead and click next. Now, as you're trying to wait for that transaction to be completed, you can actually go ahead and click this purplish pink button down here, and it will actually tell you if the transaction has been completed or not right here. The other thing you'll need to note that many of you are going to have the ability to mint more inscriptions or inscribe more tickets. And the first one is going to be the most expensive, but every one that you do after that is going to be significantly cheaper than the first one. So if you're like me and you've got multiple attempts, obviously you're not going to spend a whole lot of money doing this. But really, that's it. Once you really start to get these inscriptions done, the inscription is going to be what's going to qualify you to be able to receive an airdrop from any one of these participants, should they decide that they actually want to go through and do an airdrop. Now, if you come over here and you click the leaderboards tab, this is going to give you a good indication, 54,950,000. I don't know if you need to commit enough resources to try to move your way up the leaderboard. I mean, you can kind of do the math and see what it took you to get to where you're at right now, and you can make that decision if you want to commit the resources to move up the leaderboard. Personally, for me, I don't think it's worth it. I mean, again, 54 million, it's a bit much. You do need to act fast on this, though. This is going to run out here. They're going to close this once we reach 21 billion mints, and right now we're currently sitting around 7.2 billion. And ideally, there's another way to get more tickets for you to inscribe as you start to move up, or as you start to complete some of the process that I've just showed you. You're going to gain more points. All it takes is 2,000 points for a spin, and obviously once you spin it, you're going to be able to land on one of these tickets here to get more cards, again, if you want to. Then I've got this notification up here for those that participate in the People's Alliance. Each wallet address that successfully mints 100 inscription cards will be eligible for up to 150 LXP. I'm assuming that's what this token from the People's Alliance is. There's not really a whole lot of information on this right now, but if you want to learn more information about it, I would suggest following the People's Alliance on Twitter and maybe staying very close up to date as to what they have going on. And every time they put out some information, you can stay abreast as to what's going on. And just because I'm going to try to mint one here. Like I said, there's a lot of people doing this right now, so sometimes you'll notice these might go through and sometimes they won't. If in fact they don't worry about the gas fee. You're not going to burn it. It's not going to go to waste. They're actually going to refund it to you, so you'll be able to try to mint as many as you can. Mint was successful. Let's try to do another one. So you need to mint about 100 of these in order to get the utility token from Ally. And we're just waiting. Here I just clicked the mint 10. It says here that this is recommended. So we'll see if this moves any of the points up. So we can get a visual representation of how this works. I had 27, so if this works, I should only have 17 tickets left. Good, yep, 17 tickets left. My inscriptions is moving up. The rank is pretty much staying the same. I'd like to know exactly how do we move the rank up, or it says you're 500 plus. I'd like to see what I can do to get a better understanding of that. Gonna mint 10 more. See if I have enough gas to do it. And I do. So I've been looking at this further, and it appears to me that if you find yourself, you've run out of mint cards or inscription cards and you need more, you can click on any one of these and it's going to give you a set checklist of what you can do to achieve or gain more inscription cards. So if you're looking at that, you're like, hey, I'm familiar with 1inch, I know a little bit about them. You'll click on that, and as you can see here, it says we're excited to collaborate with Particle Network for the People's Alliance Inscription campaign, and thereby would like to invite our community to join us. For those that have completed the task in our campaign, you will be able to mint an inscription card on the Particle Network. So again, what that tells me is if you click one of these pucks, you're looking at it, if you're able to achieve the checklist that they have here, and obviously you can see some have more than others, that's going to give you the ability to get more inscription cards for those of you that may want them. All right, so I hope that helps. Again, if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.